Mommy's gonna be recording a video. Are you listening as well? You listening? Good. Good evening, everybody. It's Bubs. I'm here in my bedroom because my bedroom is a place of relaxation. Today's video we're going to be talking about worrying and stress, and this video topic was so highly requested. As chirpy and bubbly as some of you guys see me, I don't handle stress well at all. It actually wasn't until last week as I lay in bed I realized what worrying could do to me, to my health and to my future, and it seriously opened my eyes and just changed everything for me. Our ancestors needed stress for daily part of survival, okay? Because if they were too relaxed and too just easygoing, they would have a higher chance of getting mauled to death by an animal. So today, it's a different type of stress we have. I know there's a lot of you guys out there and you're just so stressed and you're so tired and you're constantly worried, and maybe you're worrying about your future, your education, maybe you're worried about looking for a job, disappointing your parents, maybe the health of a loved one or your own health. You're just so stressed because of your own expectations, or you're worried sick about how other people see you, you know, your appearance, and there's so many things, and I could just go on. We're going to be talking about worrying, what it could do to you, your health, your future, and what you could do to stop worrying and just start living. I really feel like today we're all just under so much pressure, and it's no wonder that stress is a billion-dollar industry, and we're stressed so much to a point that it's almost killing us. And it sounds like I'm exaggerating this, but hear me out, guys. I have a list of the things that worrying does to you. Worrying tires you out and makes you age faster. It leads to anxiety and makes you more prone to depression. It triggers hormonal acne. It lowers your immune system, making it easier for you to pick up illnesses. So I'm sure you've heard about people and just, you know, when they're so anxious and stressed, they break out in these rashes. And an auntie of mine, she actually lost her sight temporarily. She lost a bunch of weight and her hair started falling out. It releases toxic chemicals into your body that triggers heart attacks, stomach ulcers, and stroke. It increases your blood pressure, and the list just goes on. So we now know what worrying can really do to you, okay? It affects you mentally and physically. But then a lot of you guys are still like, I can't help it if I'm worried. But the thing is, you can help it. Statistics tells us that most of what people worry about don't even come true. So we just let it torment us in the head, all for nothing. What I did was, along with other people, I let my emotions come in and drown me with fear when a situation isn't even half as bad as what it really is. And that's because a lot of times we get confused with our emotions and the truth. So, you know, you feeling like it's the end of the world doesn't mean it's the end of the world. A lot of times it's just your emotions. Next time you're going through a problem or you're worried about something, I want you to write out that problem. Next thing, I want you to step out of the box and look at the problem as an outsider. Okay, and when you do that, you'll realize that, hey, the problem really isn't as bad as you think. Worrying is like sitting on a rocking chair. It takes up a lot of energy, but actually gets you nowhere. So instead of focusing all your energy on complaining and just rehearsing and stressing about it, why not put that energy to good use and actually start acting on it instead? Usually when I worry, it snowballs into even more worry, into anxiety and fear. And you know, when you're so caught up with self-doubt, it's hard to think straight. You know, you don't think the right way. I want you guys to think back to a recent situation where you were worried about something. Now looking back at it, is it possible that it really wasn't as bad as how you had imagined it to be? Is it possible that you worsened it in your head? A few days ago, I was just going through a lot of stress. In the midst of everything, I just felt like I'm gonna paint, okay? So the painting that I did, it wasn't amazing, okay? I have to admit, it's not my best work, but the whole process of it was great. And that was the exact mental relaxation that I needed, okay? I needed to just do something that would take me away. It's so much harder to worry when you're so focused with something, and maybe you're worried about something that's completely out of your control, nothing that you could, you know, help with. Then just do something that will take you away, guys. Even 15 minutes, you know, you deserve the break. On the topic of break, you also deserve rest as well. Don't overwork yourself because you need to look after your body. I know for sure that when I'm sleep deprived, I don't work at my fullest potential. So sleep is free and it will refresh your body. It will refresh your mind. So the next day you can wake up working better and just having like a more positive attitude. I know a girl, and I'll not mention her name. When this girl was very young, okay, still a child, she was diagnosed with leukemia. So during her treatment in hospital, what did she do? She and her sister played music and sang to the patients. She wanted to make other people happy. And I think for her, she knew what worrying can do to other people. And when she focused on making other people happy, she did not think as much about herself. And it's good to think about ourselves, but you know, I feel like we can be very selfish. You know, we tend to think a lot about ourselves. And sometimes we forget how meaningful and how good it feels to be good to others. And that's why sometimes the happiest people in the world are the people who give back to society. I have another story, but I promise you it's all related. I have a girlfriend, and 3 years ago she fell pregnant. And mentally, physically, financially, she was not ready, nor was her boyfriend. She started to go back to university again, and she also juggles a nighttime job. And I asked her, how do you handle this? You know, how do you do it? And her answer was so simple and short. She said, you know what, I don't have time to worry. Worrying doesn't do anything for me. And that is so true. Instead of filling up her thoughts with fear, with questions, anger, resentment, she filled it up with peace and joy. Instead of wasting her precious time just thinking and worrying about the future, she concentrated on now. She concentrated on acting instead. I know a lot of you guys are so worried right now about your future career path, and I can only tell you this for sure, guys. You're going to make I'm not going to say a lot, but you're going to make mistakes, okay? I made a lot of mistakes. I used to cry myself to sleep because I thought I was useless, and I just pitied myself, you know? I had people from my uni who were already employed, but why am I crying about it? You know, I have a roof over my head. I have my family with me. Sure, I'm not employed yet, but you know, it's not the worst scenario. So yeah, in the end, I guess I ended up surprising myself because I walked a path that is so much better than I ever imagined. So that's the thing, guys. Don't be surprised if you end up surprising yourself. Some of you guys spend too much of your time just worrying about all the flaws of yourself, that you spend a lot of it trying to correct and fix it instead of focusing on all the good things about your life and everything that's good about you. I am very, very aware of my flaws. However, I choose to not concentrate on them because I know I have good things about myself and about my life. So count your blessings, okay? Don't count the bad things that you don't have or your troubles. I am a firm believer that our circumstances don't make us happy or unhappy. It's how we act on it that determine how we feel. When you're in a traffic jam, no amount of road rage, swearing, beeping will get you past it any quicker. If you feel like half the world's problems is on your shoulders, don't try to just conquer everything at once. Even if you try to, I guarantee you will not do a good job at it. You will just end up doing a lousy job. Instead of trying to untie the whole big mangled knot all at once, untie them one by one task at a time, one day at a time. You cannot see the future. Worrying will definitely not change it. All you can do is be prepared for it. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this term before, and it's don't worry, be happy. I just hate hearing this because I thought, how can you just not worry and be happy? And now I really understand the term. There used to be days where I'll wake up miserable and I'll be tired and I'll be dreading the day and I'll be complaining, and you know, because I wake up just feeling so negative. My whole day will be negative because I do everything with a negative attitude. When I wake up now and I have a lot of things to do, I tell myself, I'm gonna have a very productive day and I'm gonna do everything with a positive attitude. Tell yourself you're gonna conquer today. You're gonna conquer life one day at a time. We really need to stop spending so much of our time in the past and the future and actually start concentrating on now. Don't let the past or tomorrow ruin today. Do you know what, guys? This moment now, you'll never ever ever get it again. Learn from the past, be prepared for the future, and live in the present. Enjoy life, enjoy you, and enjoy now. Only you can give yourself permission to be happy, and I think you deserve it.